Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ironworker Gaming channel, or welcome to the channel for the very first time. I am Ironworker814. In today's video, we are going to be looking at your Guardian's stats in Destiny 2. This is not going to be an extreme deep dive into stats because I'd like you to stick around for the whole video and not fall asleep on me. But there are a surprising number of people who don't fully understand what these stats do or just pay no attention to them. So what we're going to do is touch on all 6 of the stat categories. I've made some visual aids that will help. I'll tell you what exactly they do, clear up any misconceptions within the categories, and explain why they are so important. If at any time you find the information in this video useful, feel free to give this video a like and this channel a subscribe. It will help these videos reach the people who desperately need this information, and it will help this little baby Destiny channel I have start to grow into something. Now, way back in Destiny 1, I had this buddy, and he was bragging to me. He's like, "Ironworker, my Guardian's strength is like 120. I'm gonna be doing so much damage." And I was like, no man, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. In his defense, Destiny does a little better of a job now explaining what these stats do than they did back in Destiny 1, but there are still some people out there who just don't get it. And let me just say, that's okay. I understand. See, I'm old enough to remember when video games came with an instruction manual. Do you think I ever read that thing? Absolutely not. You rip the plastic off, you tear the box open, you throw the game in your console and you get to it. Figure it out along the way, right? Which is totally fine, but you usually end up missing some core mechanics or useful nuances of a game that are explained in there. And I really think stats in Destiny 2 might be riding the same boat. So let's get into it and hit on our stat categories. Leading us off, we have the mobility stat. As with all stats in the game, mobility is scored from 0 to 100, and every 10 points you accumulate will bump you into the next tier. With mobility, each tier notches you a 4% increase off of your base movement speed. Now, mobility affects 2 things, your walk speed and your jump height. It does not affect your sprint speed. Mobility does not make you sprint faster. It makes you more agile, so you can do a little better side strafing in gunfights or make some jumps and jumping puzzles a little easier. It's just for agility, not necessarily speed. Next, we are into resilience. As you can see on the chart, the difference between tier 0 and tier 10 is a measly 15 hit points. So max resilience doesn't turn you into an absolute bullet-eating tank. It simply gives you a shade more survivability. Running high resilience might get you out of an encounter with a sliver of health, where if you had low resilience, you may have died. This does not make you a walking fortress. Recovery is up next, and recovery actually does 2 things for you. 1, it determines how fast your health comes back, and 2, it determines how quickly you recover class ability energy. We are just going to consider the health regen in this video, so we're not getting too deep into it because the whole class ability cooldown thing can get a little muddy. Maybe we'll get into that in another video, but as you can see on the chart, the recharge time for your health is improved by nearly 3 seconds from 0 to 10. This is why a lot of people recommend running max recovery in the Crucible. 3 seconds can be an absolute eternity. Speccing into recovery will actively save your life. Discipline is the stat you're looking for if you want to increase your grenade recharge rate. As you can see on the chart, high discipline can greatly reduce the amount of time you're going to be sitting around waiting for that grenade to pop back up for you. I always tend to try to run high discipline, not only because I have a weird infatuation with throwing lots of grenades, but grenades are also a very powerful tool in your arsenal. Next we are on to Intellect, and no, this does not make your Guardian smarter. If you want your character to be smart in Destiny 2, the only way to do so is to play a Warlock, and you Hunter and Titan mains out there know I am right. But once again, you can see the huge gains from 0 to 10. That's over a 3-minute difference. Return on investment does diminish as you work your way down the chart, but your super is way too powerful in this game to neglect. Last stat on the list is strength, and contrary to what it might sound like, this does not, in any way, shape, or form, make you stronger. This does not increase your damage output. This stat is for the refresh rate of your charged melee ability, nothing else. As you can see, the cooldown chart for your strength stat is exactly the same as it was in your discipline chart. If your charged melee ability is the one thing you favor above all else, strength is your stat. So, if you're a new player to Destiny, or just someone who has turned a blind eye to this facet of the game, please pay attention to your stats. They are key in making your character more formidable, creating specific builds, and generally improving the fun factor while playing Destiny 2. If you've made it to this point in the video and haven't liked or subscribed yet, now's a great time to do so. I generally put out 3 to 4 videos a week, and if you're into guides, gear reviews, and game discussions, I'll keep them coming for you on this channel, and they will all be with lower skill or new players in mind. If you'd like to check me out live, I do stream on Twitch from time to time. If you drop me a follow over there, you will get notified whenever I am live. You can also find me on Twitter, but the best way to get a hold of me is simply by commenting down below. I read and respond to all my comments because I value your time. With all that being said, I would like to thank you once again for spending a piece of your day checking out my content. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you on the next one.